Full house. And a very, very important game. Harvey, chance to get the Saints into attack. He finds Winmar. Nicky Winmar tumbling it towards Lockett. The bounce. Martin chanced his arm and he did it well. Brings it back towards the half-back line. Kitchke going back into the pack. Couldn't complete the mark. A chance now for German to sneak away for North Melbourne. Oh, he has a bounce. Luckily, it comes back to him. German stab passes up to the half-forward line and he finds Longmire. Good play. Longmire wants to head for home straight away. Goes with a long drop punt. The wind drifting it across the face of goal and it dribbles over the line for the first score of the day, that being one behind.
And the other interchange player for North Melbourne, in fact, is Anthony Stevens. Liam Pickering has taken his place in the 18. So I would have thought, looking at John Longmire's attitude, that the wind may be favouring that right-hand end to which North are going in this first quarter. Wayne Schwass, lovely kick towards centre-half forward. Getting back German, hand pass to Steele. Chance here for North. No, just misses to the right. So Darren Steele gets their second score on the board. It's another behind. Two behinds to the Saints yet to score.
And what they're doing, North Melbourne, they've got Matthew Larkin dropping down as a loose man in front of Tony Lockett. About 30 metres in front playing the loose man, and Stephen Newport has gone back to try and stop him.
Gallagher, outside 50 for the Roos. Passes in towards the forward line once more. A chance for Grant. He's had a wonderful season in defence for the Saints. Kicks towards half-back. Takes the mark. Kicks over the centre. Heading towards low territory. Beaten on this occasion. Good mark by Fairley. Goes back towards Gallagher. Just pushes down in front for Swass. Clever play. Wider to Steele. North Melbourne into attack again towards the 50-metre line. Grant under pressure. Has support from Rice. His hand pass goes astray, however. Socket off the ground. Oh, here's an opportunity as the ball is kicked in towards the forward line, but it's drifting away into the pocket. It went from Ross Smith. And out of bounds on the full.
Smith could have gone over the top because McCarthy was by himself.
Frawley kicks into that outer half-back flank area. David Grant, mentioned during the week on a radio program as one of the most underrated players in the competition. I don't think he's underrated. He plays very, very well every week. There's McCarthy for North Melbourne. Kick in towards full forward, looking for Longmire. Frawley there with him. Chance now for Allison. Kick in towards full forward. Clean bowls McDonald. Back goes Dean Rice. Does it pretty well in the finish, Dean Rice. Kicks it high to half-back. Marking contest. There's a good one out there taken by Russell Morris. And Simon O'Donnell in the crowd there watching his beloved Saints. Russell Morris at half-back. Kicks the ball towards centre wing. Low, punched away by Fairley. Nearly gathered by Newport. That could have been in the back. And it's going that way. The free kick will be taken by Stephen Newport. And boy, didn't he go down hard last week in the clash with Dermot Brereton.
The former Demon heads towards Lockett. It almost stuck. Coughlin trying to get clear. And be a free kick going the way of North Melbourne. Get out of strife. Storitsky gives it to Martin. He goes back towards the centre. Morris. Wide at the half-forward line. Newport in front. Low at the back. Chance for Craven. Danny Craven. Clear. Wants a path towards the forward line. Harvey. Directly in front, and he'll be kicking from 50 metres. Goes short, Winmar.
It's an interesting kick because Winmar will have to let this ball go from about the same distance as what Harvey was at. All they've done is really change the angle, the angle of the face of the goals.
I think this guy kicks it a little bit better than Robert Harvey, more consistently anyway.
Left to start it out to the right. It's a good-looking kick. But look at it swing away. And that has gone out of bounds on the full.
It's incredible.
Well, that will give you some idea at home of the strength of this breeze.
Yes, it's the John Moran Furniture flag out there in the outer, certainly giving us an indication that the breeze is very strong. Coughlin, Harvey, good pressure. Now Burke, Gallagher, struggling underneath Nathan Burke. Good play, Craven. The little kick didn't go very far. Strong in defence, Chandler. Kick is long, close to the line, punched away from McCarthy by Morris. Right half forward for North Melbourne. There's Russell Morris in the picture. And he's settled in very, very nicely here at St Kilda.
Oh, well done.
North again, forward through Jose Romero, down towards full forward. Allison under pressure. A bounce.
Gee, they did that well. The way Gallagher got the ball over the back and he had numbers. And they really did run that well into the forward line. Pity they just couldn't finish off.
25 metres out from the north zone. Gallagher tries to pluck it out of the air and get a kick, but he's well tackled. Socket off the ground. Back towards the centre. Straight to Smith. Coming back. One behind. So North doing the bulk of the attacking. They have 3 behinds on the ball.
Yeah, the people are rugged up today, Sandy, aren't they?
Yes, typical winter's day here in Melbourne, but a grand crowd, and it's great to see. Morris, the target, in front, unable to complete the mark. North have started in very, very good fashion indeed. Player loose is Allison, who's back to earth after that enormous mark he took. He's gone short.
He was looking for Ramiro. Ramiro had his back to him.
David Grant in the back pocket. Looking towards Kitchke. Behind is Gallagher. Fist down in front. Rice can't pick it up. Craven gives him support. Craven gets the hand pass away to Pekin. Up towards Smith. Past him. McAdam. Sockers forward. Gilbert McAdam and Matthew Larkin. This will be a contest. Lowe gives him support. Back to Newport. Can't get an effective kick clear, but he goes down towards the forward line. Be a free kick going the way of North Melbourne. Will be taken by Jeff Chandler.
Crude tackle there by the youngster Jeff Hilton, playing in only his second game. Kick goes wide, and a mark is taken out there by Darren Crocker. Crocker looking to move it long into the North Melbourne forward half. And McCarthy from behind, but Grant in front. Gee, that was a good mark. McCarthy had the jump on him, and Grant standing his ground.
Oh, that's good now. They've spotted
Risky stuff here. The kick falling short. Ross Smith marks and kicks North up into full forward. Oh, chance now. Allison unselfishly. Ramiro into an open goal. Oh, he's kicked to the man of the mark. Doesn't matter. North will get it through Longmire. Bit of good fortune there for North Melbourne. And John Longmire gets his first goal of the day. North by 9 points.
Yes, well, Grant made a mess of it out in that outer wing. He spotted Newport, but it was cut out there by Smith. And there they're running onto it North. And Ramiro, for some reason, kicks it low. Frawley gets the hand to it, but it falls, fortunately, into the hands of John Longmire, his first and the first goal of the game.
A good start by the Roos. They lead by 9 points. St Kilda still yet to score. Kitchke from the middle. Can't get it out of the centre. It's Staritsky with a high kick towards the wing. Winmar got front spot, but that was all. Smith again down towards half forward, but only as far as Morris. Russell Morris towards McAdam. Smith maybe first to it. That's the St Kilda Smith at the bottom, wearing number 28 and working hard. Questions asked, and he's lost it. He's lost it.
It gets a lot of publicity, that free kick against the player making the play, doesn't it now?
Certainly does. Gallagher in from the side. Grant waiting down in front. Gee, he's playing well. Pekin.
2 bad fumbles.
Clever kick, picked out Newport. Still in the middle. Lockett and Martin waiting down up forward. Gets to the 50-metre line, looking for Lowe. Used the body nicely, and he'll have a kick.
Too strong.
Well, it's going to go long. Oh, he's gone very long for Stuart Lowe, but he's drifted it across the face. This breeze is going to make it very tough in front of goal. And the first score of the day going to the Saints.
Well, actually, I was down here when the wind was blowing, maybe not quite as strong as what it is today. Peter Hudson had a goal, had a shot for goal in a pocket. The ball actually went through the goals and then came out. It was classed as a goal.
Kick in by North Melbourne to this near half-back flank position, and a good mark taken by Gallagher. and a player who has done very well for himself after suffering a bad knee injury at Carlton. Michael Gallagher, the kick falls into Schwass's arms on centre wing. His opponent, Nathan Burke. Lovely kick by Wayne Schwass. Centre half forward. Gathered by McCarthy. Handball too severe for Allison. Desperate stuff by Grant. And please, umpire, have a look at this kicking in danger. And it goes to David Grant.
It's ridiculous.
Back towards the wing once more. Low will be the fly. Larkin was in front. Nathan Burke waiting down. Gets a hurried kick towards half forward. Harvey edged out of it. Good mark taken by Scholl. Plays on to Smith. In front of Winmar. Out comes Longmire. A little too far. Morris at the back. Under pressure from McCarthy. Off to Pekin it goes. He goes even wider to Frawley. Or puts the skipper under pressure. Further away to Morris. Will they get out of it? Eventually, yes. Up towards the wing and Gilbert McAdam. Scholl defends. Smith in strongly over Crocker. McAdam, it leaves it for Winmar. He pumps it up towards the right half forward flank. And will the wind keep it in play?
I'll tell you what, I think that kick may have been going well out of bounds, but it certainly brought it back in front of that scoreboard. And about 65 to 70 metres from the St Kilda goal. They've had a couple of chances, the Saints, but haven't been able to capitalise. The players finding it very difficult to adjust early in the game to the conditions. Underfoot, not too bad, but certainly the wind going to be a few problems for the players. Robert Harvey, interstate representative against South Australia, and what a great debut game it was by him. Chance for Coughlin. Strong was Ross Smith at the football, left it behind. Now chance for Crocker for North Melbourne. A quick kick, back in towards the centre, nearly taken by Kitchke. Kick off the ground, puts North Melbourne up towards the 50-metre line. They lead here. Ramiro goes to McCarthy. McCarthy beautifully to Allison. Allison may kick a goal. His shot is very, very strong, and it is a North Melbourne goal. So Brett Ellison gets the North Melbourne team's second goal. They lead 2-3, St Kilda 1 behind.
Well, I feel sorry for Dean Rice. Now, he was Allison, or is Allison's opponent. Now, Rice has left Allison. He's gone over to make a contest here. He'll come into screen. There he is there. And Allison, running second, reaps the reward. I feel sorry for Rice in those situations.
The Roos lead by 14 points. Gallagher, but then Kitchke gets another belt at it. Fairly. Controls it nicely. Swings it up towards the centre wing area. Rice has given away a free kick. Allison again. From centre wing. Looks towards half forward. McDonald. Quick to recover. Sockers down in towards the right forward pocket where it just drifts over the line. Well, the Saints had a big test here several weeks ago when they played host to Essendon, and the Bombers really sealed that game in the first quarter. They bounced back last week against Hawthorn, but this is another tester today, Robbo.
Certainly is, Sandy, and Essendon kicking 8 goals to 1 in the first quarter was really all over, and the Saints perhaps should have learned a bit of a lesson there. And there's the North Melbourne interchange bench, Harris and Stevens. But St Kilda again have got off to a reasonably slow start. Harding walking around the boundary line, looking ready to come on. Chance for Steele for North Melbourne. He's hemmed in and lots of good pressure there, and it's immediately picked up that he did not try to keep it in the field of play, so the free kick will go to Craven. Risky business this. One bounce by Craven. The kick better be pretty good. It is. It finds McAdam at half back on the opposite side of the ground. McAdam plays on, gets around his opponent. Handball over the top. Morris in trouble. Brilliantly. Gets the hand pass back to McAdam. McAdam's kick between centre half forward and the centre. Nearly a good mark taken by Storitsky. Good pressure by Winmar. Ball comes clear. German's handball. Winmar gathers the ball. Shares it with McAdam. Harvey. Good play, Saints. Pekin's on the end of a chain of hand passes. The kick to full forward. Lockett in front. Martin all over the top of him. No free kicks. And Kilda supporters going absolutely berserk. Harvey may kick a goal and make up for it. Kick towards full forward over the top of Stuart Lowe and Ian Fairley. but through for a behind.
Well, I agree with those St Kilda supporters. He was being held, Lockett. Martin caught behind and wrapped the arm around Lockett's midriff.
Crocker brings it back into play. Gallagher. Free kick for a push going the way of St Kilda. Taken by Nathan Burke. Heads for Lockett and Martin. Two pretty strong men. Martin goes up with a fist. Hilton did well. Martin slung by Lockett as he gets his kick.
Sandy, if you think the umpires in Adelaide last night were intimidated, how do you feel the umpires are when they come down here to Moorabbin?
Lockett putting a bit of pressure. In fact, a lot of pressure.
Lowe wins it. McAdam. Gilbert heads for goal. And suckers it through. First goal to the Saints. They trail 1-2 to North Melbourne's 2-3.
Well, we've already mentioned about these conditions. They're not conducive to good football. Lowe, McAdam running onto it and off the ground. That's about all you can do, and they all count. Smith is going off for St Kilda. Smith off. He was playing half forward. Kitski on.
Well, St Kilda's first goal coming from some very, very perceptive work there by Gilbert McAdam, summing up the situation very nicely. Gallagher doing well in the ruck. Harvey opens the game up. Winmar, good shepherd coming. Brilliant shepherd by Nathan Burke. Winmar's kick, low, can't bar. Chance for Hilton, no, he can't get clear of the tackle. North under pressure, handball wide. Schwass has a chance, but Hilton goes for the football only. Does it pretty well, but the handball a little too high. Harvey talented. Look at the way he found space. Chip pass. Gathered McAdam. Oh, skillful stuff. Gilbert McAdam kicks it long towards full forward. Lockett and Martin. Lockett got his hands on it. Punched away by Coughlin. Now German defending stoutly for North Melbourne. Ball at half forward for St Kilda. They are really working hard, the Saint forwards. The ball there now 2-on-1. St Kilda's advantage. David Grant runs around Gallagher and kicks St Kilda to within scoring distance. Low from behind, but fairly stands his ground. Kicks it back to half-back. Gallagher underneath it. Now Staritsky. Oh, skillful stuff. Short pass is okay. The mark taken by Ramiro.
As a look up towards the half-forward flank wants McCarthy. With him is Rice, but it's the latter who goes to ground. Allison a chance. Can go over the top, but Craven claims steal. He gets it clear. Back to Rice. Again he goes to ground. Allison tries to farm it out, but he threw it out, said the umpire. And so Pekin hands it over to his teammate, and the Saints out of trouble once again. The kick from Jeffrey towards Grant. Schwass goes with a fist down towards Newport, taken by Burke. Over the top of Frank Coughlin. Racing towards it is Scholl. Good shepherding, takes out McAdam. Fairley has had a very good start to the game. To the half-forward line once again. Harding down to Coughlin. Craven over the top. Grant again. Spiralling kick towards centre wing. And standing his ground and taking a good mark is Craig Scholl. Looks to half-forward. Oh, it's a very good mark taken by Pekin. Under pressure then. He goes wide for Winmar. Sneaks away, then goes towards Hilton. Plays on. Back to Winmar. Up towards Lockett and Martin, the two number 4s. Lockett has it.
He's getting the free kick.
That was a mark.
The umpire indicating a free kick for in the back. Lockett in front. He's just too big and too strong to move. There, the umpire said he was pushed. And he's got the breeze. Well, it will be a problem. It will be a problem because it will be blowing over his right shoulder.
Kicking from 40 metres. This to make the margin 1 point. Slow in his approach. It's coming back. Great start for the day by Tony Lockett. So the Saints cut into a behind. 2-3 to 2-2.
Martin does look better, and he did it in the first instance of getting in front, putting himself in front of Lockett and running at the ball. Hilton, the boy from Rosebud, across to Winmar. When you're caught behind, he's just too big, this fellow. He's just too big, and it's better if Martin was to get in front and run at the ball.
Seven minutes left in the first quarter. Lowe kicks the ball to half forward. Hilton, Chandler, McAdam, chance for his second. Gilbert McAdam, not a bad kick. He's happy, so's the goal umpire. And Gilbert McAdam puts St Kilda in front. He's kicked two, Lockett's kicked one. The Saints 3-2, lead North 2-3.
Well, they're all going across and congratulating Hilton. It's good to see him acknowledging the work of this fella there, 58. See what he did? A terrific shepherd. They just couldn't get past him. Let McAdam go in without any pressure. He was able to steady and bank through his second.
Back in the middle once more. Harding over the top. Coughlin leaning. Craven attempts a soccer off the ground, is not successful. Gallagher is. Allison held. He'll take a free kick just forward of centre.
Just proving a handful for Dean Rice. Brett Allison.
Yes. She's had a good first quarter. 5 kicks now towards full forward. Frawley. Grant goes back. They'll get out of trouble, although Jeffrey's kick is partly smothered. Newport looked to have been legged, but he's still going. Working hard at the bottom, out wide towards Pekin. Pushed towards the boundary line. McCarthy will be there first for North Melbourne, but he's in trouble. Tunnel ball at the back there. The umpire allows play to go on. Romero gets a left foot kick. It's high, up towards half forward. No attempt to mark by Morrison. It could prove costly. Allison could go over the top, and that will be a goal to to Peter German in North Melbourne. So German gets his first, and North the quick reply.
Well, it's a funny game, this one. It's been said on many occasions, football. North Melbourne really did start well. St Kilda looked a little tardy. Then they whacked on the goals. And now North Melbourne come back into it. That was Harris involved. Now he's changed with Gallagher coming off the bench. Harris. And it's interesting looking at the St Kilda forward line where they've got Kiski, Lockett, Lowe. Really big men up there. Hilton's a small man, adding a little bit of mobility. Interesting setup.
Well, the standard of football pretty good in difficult conditions here at Moorabbin. They've kicked 6 goals between them, the two teams. We've got 5.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Saints a chance again. Harvey was able to get clear. McAdam, Coughlin from 50 metres. Frank Coughlin may even kick a goal. He does. Frankie Coughlin gets his first goal. And the Saints, gee, that was good work from the centre with the hand passes. Get their 4th goal, they lead 4-2 to 3-3.
Well, the man from Central District involved once again. Good head out by Harding. Here's Harvey, but it'll be McAdam. There it is. And running onto it, Coughlin. And it just skids through. His first.
Goal for goal here at Moorabbin at the moment. Rice in front will have to soccer off the ground, and does, towards McAdam. Beaten on this occasion. Mark taken by Scholl. On the defensive side of centre. He drifts to half forward. Morris over the top. McCarthy in front, quick to recover. Winmar, strong shepherding work. McCarthy tries to soccer off the ground, then goes after it himself. He's in trouble. Larkin. They're going nowhere fast at the moment. They may lose it. Pekin picks it up and pumps it back towards the wing. McAdam stood his ground. Waiting down was Smith. Harding through. McAdam again. He leaves it for Newport. He's claimed. Staritsky caught by McAdam, but he gets a short kick. Still on centre wing. Taken by Craven. Now St Kilda can start something here through Grant. Pumps it long, up towards half forward. Martin comes steaming out and almost collided with his North teammate. Harvey. Kitschke couldn't take it. Crocker sees it over the line and will have a throw in. If they keep this up, Robbo,
Oof, what about Jeff Chandler, Scotty?
That was absolutely fantastic.
Oh, yeah, but
he just kept his eye on the ball. Oh.
Well, I appreciate what you're talking about, but don't you think there should be some talking between the two players?
When you're committed like that on a day like today, that's what you'll see. You'll see
Fair
teammates clashed with one another because they're just so intent on winning the ball.
Yeah,
Newport
now goes to Craven. Craven outside 50. Forcing the ball forward is Newport. Another kick off the ground. Oh, nearly a good fortune. Coughlin should goal. He does. Frankie Coughlin's excited with himself. He's excited for his team. He's kicked his second. St Kilda, after a slow start, now lead by 11 points, 32 to 21.
I suppose a little bit like Gilbert McAdams' goal, where he kicked it off the ground. What's this one? This is a kick off the ground by Newport. And there's Coughlin, can't believe it. I suppose you've got to be in the right place, and he was on that occasion. A little luck involved.
Back in the centre, the central umpires electing to just throw the ball in the air. The centre's not all that muddy, but not a bad decision. Now North, Larkin, handball, German. Have to hook the ball back to the front of the goals. Not a bad kick. McDonald can't mark. Longmire at the back.
kick.
And it's going to the full forward. Well, Saints supporters won't be happy with this. The big full forward for North. Danny Frawley astounded.
Can't believe it either. I just wonder, maybe we can get this. Here's a replay, just watch this. Around the neck, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think when you look at the slow-mo replay, it certainly was there. But up the other end, Lockett struggling for free kicks. Longmire kicks it accurately and gets his second goal and North Melbourne's fourth.
It's a little like travelling interstate. There's no reaction when the visiting team kicks a goal down here at St Kilda. I thought it was a point initially because there were no flags, no indication of the goal from the crowd. Maybe there was the infringement around the neck.
Oh, no doubt.
North Melbourne's turn to fight back, and they do. Only 5 points in it, under 3 minutes remaining. Harris, the second attempt, hammers it down towards the half-forward line. Craven, Grant, sat upon. Schwartz somehow threads his way through. Up towards full forward. It eludes Jeffrey and goes through for one behind.
Actually, he's given him a little bit of something in the centre bounce there, Darren Harris. The first one he really didn't put his body in against Harding, but the last three he has.
Margin is 4 points. Frawley to the outer side. Rice the target, and he finds it. After McAdam, who's caught behind on this occasion, and Scholl takes a good mark.
He's an improved player, Scholl. Craig Scholl.
Under 2 minutes remaining, 4 points in it. Oh, he wants to do it again, Allison. Couldn't quite. Socket off the ground by Jeffrey towards the half-back flank. Schwartz first to it. And did that go out of bounds on the full? Yes.
So did Wayne Schwartz.
Morris to bring it back into play. Russell Morris finding a new lease of life after Hawthorn. In fact, he's going to give it across to his skipper.
North Melbourne no longer playing that loose man. Matthew Larkin was loose in the back line. Their back line now he's up the ground picking up Newport.
Frawley's kick. Harding looking for a push. Didn't come his way. Craven may leave it. He does. Frankie's on the end of it again. Away goes Coughlin. Kick slews off the side of the boot. Hilton having to chase. Clever soccer off the ground. Gaining probably 50 metres at least for North Melbourne. Good play. They've got Romero running past. He takes it now. Heads up towards full forward. Longmire comes to meet it. So too Winmar to the ladder, who takes it away for St Kilda. Under a minute remaining. He kicks wide towards the outer wing. We'll find ourselves with another throw-in.
I don't usually criticise players for their disposal, but nowadays, you know, the skill level is so high that that kick by Romero really did leave a little bit to be desired, because Longmire was on the lead. He could have chipped it.
Under a minute left. Harris's knockout at the back wasn't bad. Craven, he's crunched to the ground. Ball now at centre half back for St Kilda. Grant gets another kick. It's his 9th for the quarter. centre wing, Coughlin, underneath it all, and the umpire will call for a bounce. 9 kicks and 3 hand passes for David Grant, and the most prominent player on the ground, statistically speaking anyway. Nicky Winmar has had 7 kicks and 1 hand pass. Craig Scholl for North Melbourne has had 5 kicks. Larkin under pressure from McAdam. Scholl in there to give his captain a bit of a handout at centre half forward for St Kilda. The siren sounds, and a first quarter of entertaining football comes to a halt with St Kilda leading by 4 points. The Saints 5-2, North Melbourne 4-4.
So here we go, second quarter at Moorabbin. St Kilda leading by 4 points, going to the right of screen. Socket off the ground towards centre wing, Winmar with a little bit of space. He had a fine first quarter, heads towards low territory, finds him. Lockett and Martin are down at full forward. Lockett drops back into the square. They lock together. Neither can take the mark. Lockett applying a vice-like tackle. Storitsky on the last line of defence.
I wonder why the umpires, it's a little bit of a thing with me at the moment, this holding, like Martin had his arm around Lockett again. Why isn't he penalised for holding the man?
We'll see what happens this time. No, he's going to centre the ball. Harvey, high kick, in towards full forward. Now Lockett was held on that occasion, was he not, Donald? McAdam, Harris over the top of him, crunches him. He does get it out. Storitsky, a hand pass away to Schwass. Another one to Larkin. And the Roos out of trouble, coming back towards the centre. And Winmar setting himself. Can't take the mark. Grant, close to the boundary line. Keeps it in play. It's high, it's drifting wide and low. And the second grab was over the line.
I think that you've summed that up pretty well, Sandy. Stuart Lowe right on the boundary line with the first grab. And the second grab, certainly, he took it over. Just forward of centre wing, he's forced to do the ruck work, Stuart Lowe, taken by Darren Steele. The kick in towards the centre, no mark to McCarthy, good defensive work by Morris. In comes Harris for North Melbourne, kick to centre half forward, and the mark was taken by McDonald. He's lost his strides. He plays on quickly, goes for the long kick. With the advantage of the breeze bringing it back, Dean Rice does well, and just helps it through for a rush behind to North Melbourne. So North Melbourne 4-5, trail St Kilda 5-2, and Danny Frawley, short kick, finds Rice. Rice, long to half back.
Oh, it's a push short.
Coughlin in the back there of Stevens, advantage is paid. Clever play, Larkin, short pass, a little too high, but Donald McDonald made it good, and he's taken the mark in front of Rice, well within scoring distance.
Well, to kick this, taking into account the wind, he will really have to put it to the right-hand side of the right point post. That's how strong this wind is blowing, because it'll come back.
Well, Donald McDonald, who in a tackle just a few moments ago nearly lost those white shorts, asking the umpire just where is the mark. Dean Rice encouraging to kick it out on the full, and he nearly does, and kicks it through from behind for North Melbourne. So North Melbourne, they proceed to 4-6, St Kilda 5-2 in the early part of the second term.
Once again, Danny Frawley coming to the grandstand side. Harding, good mark. Strong mark in front of Harris, but he doesn't like the attention. Crowd calling for 50 metres. He'll go back and take his kick. Towards centre wing. McCarthy comes over the top with a fist. Newport charged towards it, so too did Ross Smith. It finishes out of bounds. Harding front spot, tries to swipe it to Winmar, down to Craven. Tumbles a punt, but only as far as Storitsky. Ralph Smith warming up on the sidelines, preparing to come on for the Saints perhaps. Storitsky's kick, he was looking for Larkin, who was forced to defend. Winmar picks it up beautifully, almost gives Harding a shock with the speed of that hand pass, but he gets it onto Harvey. Back to Newport. The Saints trying to start something here. He'll look up towards half forward. McAdam is in the pack, but a good mark is taken by Scholl. Plays on, back towards the centre, Pekin. Off to Winmar. Romero just about gets him, but he gets his kick up towards the half-forward line. McAdam was waiting at the back, and that is a mark.
That was a mark
to Jeff
sure.
Chandler. At the second grab, after looking to fist it away, he goes wide towards Romero and Burke. The latter, the victor on this occasion. The kick is not a good one, and it goes out of bounds in the left forward pocket.
Gee, really spoiled his good work there, Nathan Burke, didn't he? The North Melbourne player trying to con the boundary umpire that it went out on the full, but Nathan Burke's winning of the football was excellent. Just let himself down a little bit with the kick. Taken by Lowe from the ruck contest. Ball in front of the St Kilda goal. Back goes Chandler for North Melbourne, and he takes it over. Crowd looking for a free kick there for St Kilda in the left forward pocket, but umpire having nothing of that. The umpires today, Rowan Saws and Grant Vernon. Ball from the boundary throw-in comes over the top of the players' heads. Now Steele.
Fight on
fight.
Crocker has the football for North Melbourne. Kicks it to half forward. Allison leads in the race, but Rice does it pretty well and gathers it beautifully. Dean Rice kicks it across to the centre. Making good position was Harding. Just fumbled it a little bit, but with strength went in and gave it back to Morris. And good play in the finish by Paul Harding. Morris's kick to centre half forward. Good punch away. Comes back to Steele. Stevens, sweeping hand pass. Ball comes towards centre wing. German. Nathan Burke, strong. Steele and Pekin. Pekin got the job tagging German. Now German gets a possession. Handballs away to Stevens, and Stevens kicks North Melbourne up to a vacant centre half forward position. McDonald, good tap. Great tap. McCarthy. McDonald again. Morris over the top. McCarthy tries to dispossess the St Kilda defender. The ball runs free to Newport, and Newport's short kick is marked by German.
Peter German in front of the scoreboard here at Moorabbin, goes down towards Longmire territory. Got a hand to it, but that was all. Allison through the arms of Longmire. Larkin, beautifully tackled, loses the football. The tackling by both sides has been fantastic. Larkin gets it away, but the shot at goal is very, very wide. Came from Stevens. And this tremendous pressure that we saw in the first quarter, if anything, the tempo has increased a little in the second.
It was a great play by Larkin, showed great strength to get that ball out too.
Rice, McCarthy over the top of the back.
Then you took the mark, John. Behind, you should punch it.
Stabs it up towards the forward line. Larkin waiting down in front. Ripped off the foot.
Oh, now why?
Did he have it?
He didn't have the ball and the umpire was there.
Oh, I don't reckon that wasn't such a bad decision. I thought he had it and let it go. He's got it, now he lets it go. And the player does a tackle. That is dropping the ball.
Him off the ball. Well,
Oh,
okay, what about dropping the ball?
Against Larkin.
Let's have a ball up anyway. Grant couldn't take it, so he soccers off the ground and finds Harding. Paul Harding towards centre wing, slews off the side. The Stevens and Coghlan have been at it a bit.
Gee, what else was Frank Coghlan going to do there?
Yeah. Stevens takes it at centre wing. Centering kick. McDonald sets himself. Couldn't take it. Burke a hurried high kick.
Oh, Steele.
Craven outmanoeuvred by Steele. Play on calls the umpire. And he's lost it.
Well, actually, it wasn't a mark. He took it up. He took it on the half volley. Watch this. He'll hit the ground. There.
Oh, it did drop out of his hands, yep. Out towards centre wing, and it's hurried over for a boundary throw-in. And Darren Steele is still shaking his head in disbelief, but maybe it would have been a steal by Steele if he'd have been given the mark. Ruck contest, free kick has been picked out of it, and it's going to Paul Harding. He'll put St Kilda well into attack. Harvey doing the leading, but I'm sure Harding will kick the ball long. He does. Drop punt kick up towards the 50-metre line. Punched away by the strong North Melbourne defence. Both defences doing well. Robert Harvey on the bottom of the pack. North Melbourne with numbers. This time it's Crocker, but the kick breaks down. The mark is taken by Harding on centre wing, and he's not too happy with Darren Harris. Now he plays on with that left foot. Kicks it pretty well. Up towards the 50-metre line. At the back, Coghlan. What can Frankie do? The pass. Not bad. Lockett's got it. And Martin may have even helped it in there. in his attempt to punch the ball away from the big champion full forward for St Kilda.
I was more interested in looking at Stevens, who was Coughlin's man. I don't know whether Stevens is injured, but really he was a long way behind and he didn't make a concerted effort in chasing Coughlin. It was a good pass by Coughlin to find it. Now Ralph Smith's come on for St Kilda and Jeffrey has gone off. Ralph Smith's going to the back line, picking up McDonald.
Lockett has kicked one. He'll be kicking from only about 20 to 25 metres from goal, so distance would not appear to be a problem, and neither is the accuracy. What a lovely kick by Tony Lockett. Lockett 2, McAdam 2, Coughlin 2. St Kilda have got their 6th. They lead by 8 points.
It was a good kick off the boot. Just looking at the windsock. The strength of this wind hasn't dropped. There's Coughlin picking it up well. It's hard to stop any player on a league like that when the ball's delivered in such a way, so you really can't blame Martin. The pressure comes on the fellows further down the ground.
St Kilda leads by 8 points. Got one lucky, could be yucky, but also lucky young person who has souvenired of football. So we've got a new ball coming out here to the middle. Gallagher setting himself. North trailing by 8 points in a low scoring but tight first half. Scholl picks it up, kicks it high. Allison used the body, got front spot but couldn't complete it. Morris threads his way through the pack, kicks over the centre once more. Good mark by Field.
Doing a good job on Stuart Lowe.
Plays on to Crocker. Wide to the wing. Larkin goes over the top of Harding. Winmar, and Harding sees it over the line. Throw in once more.
He was held.
Holding. To half forward. Over the line.
What we're going to see in a couple of weeks, the umpires will finally realise, they're like, for a little while there was the epidemic of this throwing the ball. They finally caught up with that, and they have been penalising the guys. They'll get an edict or a coaching thing. They'll go into this holding bit, and then it'll be on for a couple of weeks.
From the throw-in, Larkin in front, like a steam engine, just rolls on. Stevens gets it away to Steele. Into the pocket, Longmire sees it over the line.
It's a great example of a player going one, then another, when he really, the first chance he had to kick the ball probably would have been the better one.
In North's attacking zone, they've added 2 behinds so far in this quarter. Gallagher works hard. Morris, well, it goes straight to Larkin. Now, Manny Larkin can goal here, and he does. Hit the post. Gee, that swung, didn't it?
I thought it was through, Sandy. I was with you, but the wind... like as much as he's kicking it to the right, also he's kicking it into the wind, and it's held up and eventually pulled it to the left and hit the post. Dean Rice making position on that outer wing, but Danny Frawley electing to come to this near side, looking for Grant. Oh, he nearly took it too. Steele, handball, picked up by Morris. Shared away, Winmar looking there for Craven, but he went in after it again, Nicky Winmar, made up for a slight error. Coughlin with strength. It may break down. Chance for Winmar again. Handball Craven. Now Harvey, Winmar, Craven. Brilliant football, St Kilda. Let's get a goal out of this one, Saints. Craven into the pocket. What can Kitchke do? Oh, it's missed a sitter from only 15 metres out. And the St Kilda fans just cannot believe it. Even Don Scott would have popped that one through.
Well, almost.
Oh, he would have licked his lips. Not many opportunities like that come along. And Damien Kitchke, don't watch the replay.
So behind. Crocker brings it back into play. Oh, low. Goes short. And Kitchke.
He's got Craven short, pop it over.
I think he might just take his time with this kick. In towards Lockett. Martin. Hilton Hotel has goal! 3 plays 4-7.
Oh, I'm upset.
Because
You got in before me. Here he comes low, the finger tipper. He's just got tremendous judgment and strength. And here's Lockett. Actually, Martin does a good job here. And then we've got the Hotel sweeping on it. His first.
It was excellent roving in the forward pocket by Jeff Hilton to kick that goal for St Kilda. And from the ruck contest back in the centre, the free kick has gone to Harding. There's a good mark taken by Sturitsky. Good body strength. Coghlan looking for the shepherding, but Sturitsky with the football. Kicks it back towards half forward. North need to get the next goal. Gallagher, handball away to German. German has a good look upfield. Kick not bad. Punch away by Morris is good. Gather by Allison is excellent. Now what can Brett Allison do? Pops it and hits the post again.
Second
North
one.
Melbourne. Brett Allison 1 goal 1, and he was a bit stiff. And is that man a North Melbourne supporter? Well, 1-1s. Danny Frawley, players making position on the outer side, but he's having nothing to do with this. I'm going to kick it long, as far away from the North Melbourne goal as possible, to the near side. Good mark, taken by Harding.
Marking well, Harding.
Fourth mark, 6th possession, short kick. Pekin has got plenty of space in front and decides to kick it long. And a good mark taken by Crocker. The kick really not making enough of his opportunity there, Tim Pekin, and Crocker kicks North Melbourne back towards the wing.
Oh, push out.
Pekin couldn't take it. Clever tap on by Steele. Over the top, German, now McCarthy. North can set something up here. McCarthy stabs up towards the forward line. McDonald could have got a push. It goes over the back, in towards the pocket. Ralph Smith is onto the ground. Can't take it. Longmire gets clear miraculously. Check sides in towards goal, but pushes it right across the face and out of bounds on the full.
Was he legged at Longmire on that occasion when he got the ball? Tried to break away, stumbled. Thought someone had reached out and grabbed his ankle.
David Grant. Towards Harding, Morris the flyer, Larkin waits at the back, but it's McCarthy's hand pass across to Stevens. Wants someone. Oh, he's gone too far.
Travel. Well, the umpire's giving the signal, as they do in basketball.
Newport, back to the wing. McAdam waiting in the front. Low pushed out, and he'll take it. Shoal thought he had it.
Pekin by himself.
He was. Here comes Larkin. And over the line. Oh, push, said the umpire.
It was good play by Matthew Larkin. He had to make up a few metres there to get into the contest with Tim Pekin, and then got his body in and was rewarded with the free kick. Oh, look, this man is just an absolute sensation. Stuart Lowe. That's one of the best marks you'd ever want to see. Throwing the body at the football from a behind position and kick towards half forward. Kick off the ground from North Melbourne, comes back towards centre wing. Gallagher tries to tap it to the advantage of the captain. He does. Handball over the top. Stevens is in trouble. He's run down rather vigorously in the finish by Stephen Newport. No, it's Nicky Winmar rather, and the free kick will go to Stevens.
He's just got to get a finger to it, doesn't he, Lowe?
Stevens to centre half forward. St Kilda mark, is it, to Grant?
Here's another good mark.
Well, he's taken 4, and he's having now his 16th possession. Handball to Harvey. Short pass is, well, very much astray, and the mark has been taken by Wayne Schwass.
Right in the middle of the Moorabbin ground. Schwass sets sail to half forward. McDonald has a run at the ball, but all too late. And here he is again. David Grant to centre wing. Frankie Coghlan can't take the mark. Door opens for Winmar. He'll go over the top perhaps. Looking for Coghlan. Gets a cruel bounce. Just swings away. Goes through the interchange and lands up against the fence. Eight and a half minutes remaining. An absorbing duel unfolding here at Moorabbin. Harvey down in front. Does farm it out towards Craven. Shrugs the tackle. Pulls it round his body. Looking for Lowe. Oh, big man couldn't take it. He tries to soccer off the ground. A chance for McAdam. Again, a clever soccer towards Hilton. On all fours towards the boundary line. McAdam is there. The question is asked and he may lose it. Scholl to take it in the back pocket.
Well, you can't really criticise the umpires. I think if you see consistency on that decision, that's all you can ask for. As Scholl kicks it back towards half-back. Kitchke, just a little push out. And Gallagher will take the free kick between half-back and centre wing for North Melbourne. Michael Gallagher, this will be his 4th kick. Not a bad one. Centre wing, in front, Harding. Gee, they're breaking down the key forwards for North Melbourne across this centre-half forward line. Just not summing up the breeze well enough. And the St Kilda players certainly taking advantage, getting in front and marking strongly. Half forward for the St Kilda side. Back goes Fairley, handball Staritsky. In turn goes to Crocker. Crocker runs with the football. Maybe this will help North. Half forward, Ellison. Beaten for it, kick off the ground. Chance now for McCarthy.
He's going to be run down.
Oh, good play by Burke, was it? Ball at centre-half forward, Morris, Longmire, Frawley will clear for St Kilda. The kick slews off the side of his boot. Newport, Gather, Craven. St Kilda up into their forward half once again. North Melbourne under pressure. Crocker bundled off the football. Desperate stuff by Stevens. Gets it out to Larkin. Larkin's handball too high, but Steele makes something of it. Harding can't gather that awkward ball. Gallagher does a shepherd. In goes Robert Harvey. Some strong stuff here. Steele handball over the top. And German held by Newport. Still North Melbourne struggling very, very hard. They might get something out of this. German over the top. Ramiro forced to kick quickly with the left foot. In comes Ralph Smith. Short kick. And Gallagher nearly takes the mark. Staritsky takes it away. Short pass is okay. And the mark is taken by McDonald for North Melbourne.
Under 6 minutes remaining. McDonald goes up towards the forward line. Frawley at the bottom. Spoons it out. Nathan Burke. Heads for safety. Schwass chasing, but he won't get there.
Nathan Burke's statistics never really read spectacular, do they? But by golly, he does a good job.
He had a good week last week. He's one of their better players, picking up 22 and 8. 22 kicks, 8 handballs.
Smith down towards the pocket and a good diving mark by Darren Steele. Now he's right on the boundary line. He's got the wind just about behind him.
It's not going to be an easy kick, this. A very difficult kick if he can bring it out to the centre.
13 points down North at the moment. Goes in towards the pocket. Harding. Off to Frawley. Now Morris. St Kilda out of trouble. Over the head of Newport, and it just bounces before drifting over the line. Harding and Gallagher again.
See, he's held again. And
well, you've got a publicity machine. You should do something about it.
That's frustrating.
Kitchke shrugs the tackle. Or kicks drifting towards the boundary line. It just bounces inside and then the leg breaks away.
Did you ride that or what?
I rode it, Higgins.
All the way to the line. There's the North Melbourne coaching fraternity. I think that might have been Paul Spargo in the coach's box there with Wayne Schimmelbus. And Kitchke doing the ruck work. Tries to get the tap out. Staritsky somehow gets it to Larkin. Larkin kicked towards centre wing. No mark taken. Crumbs gathered beautifully there by Pekin. And Tim Pekin kicks St Kilda to centre half forward. Oh, Lowe got his hands on it again. North Melbourne get away. Larkin, Ross Smith and German combine. German in the centre. Run down by Winmar. Good play, Nicky Winmar. Never ever gave up. Ball taken by Schwass. His kick up towards full forward. Risk here for St Kilda, but their defence has played tremendously well in this second term. Ramiro caught with a football. and desperate stuff. Look at this man. He never gives up trying. David Grant kicks it to the opposite half-back area where Harding just allows the footy to go over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in right half-back for St Kilda. 7-3 plays 4-8. 3.5 minutes left in the second term.
Harding and Gallagher again. Gallagher in front. Down to Storitsky. High kick. Craven. Little man did very well.
The ball immediately held up in the air, so, you know, Craven being in front was right at the fall of it.
Comes back down towards the wing again. Not a lot of tall timber there for St Kilda. Allison clear on the half-forward flank. Tries a centering kick. Ralph Smith intercepts, can't complete the mark. Call of ball. The umpire says, no, we'll have a ball up.
Covers a lot of things, that call ball, doesn't it? Holding the ball, dropping the ball, ball it up.
Rain starting to fall here as Romero sneaks away, but it's against North Melbourne.
Ruck infringement, pushing to Harding,
who's really battled hard. Paul Harding taken 5 marks. Low, 1 grab, can't complete it. Almost handed to Peaker. Gains 30 metres. Stevens sees it over the line. He and Coughlin having an interesting duel. Low and Fairley will contest. Low slaps it towards their goal. Coughlin over the top. Schwartz. Ooh, got one too high, according to the umpire. Wayne Schwartz.
Should bring this. Sorry, Sam. He should bring this more out into the centre, because if that's a better kick out there, so they can attack.
North Melbourne yet to score a goal in this second quarter. St Kilda go forward again through Harvey. Harvey's kicked to full forward. Lockett. Oh, some good holding there. It's going to Lockett this time.
Well done. It's about time too. How many of those have gone on? Oh, well done, umpire.
And Michael Martin, I think, indicating that there's been a bit of holding being done by both.
All the time. Look, here he is holding. We can see that.
Yep. So Tony Lockett has the free kick. 1.5 minutes left in the second quarter, and he's kicked 2. He's judging this breeze reasonably well so far. The 2 goals that he's kicked have been good, and this kick is pretty good as well. So Tony Lockett gets his 3rd goal, and St Kilda with a handy lead coming up to half-time, 51-32.
He is an excellent kick for goal, Tony Lockett. 7-3 last week. Now watch this, the free kick. Look, he's holding on Martin, but why don't the umpires wake up, because there's so much holding going on.
So not a bad effort by the big full forward. Before half-time, he's kicked 3 goals, but more importantly, their defence has held North Melbourne goalless in this second term. It's still in the centre to be won. This time it's taken by Schwartz. He's kicked towards left half forward. Ramiro, 50 metres from goal. Grant's got him, and Grant, you should get the free kick, you will. Jose really didn't make any effort at all to move that ball on, and just outside 50 metres, the best man on the ground in the first half, David Grant, with 14 kicks and 6 hand passes and 6 very, very good marks. Low can't mark. Chance for German. North Melbourne, not much chance here with 10 seconds left. St Kilda mark taken by Rice, and that could be the last passage of play before half-time. Rice's kick to the outer wing. There's the siren. Morris marks. Wonder if that'll go in the stats. And at half-time, St Kilda lead by 19 points. 8-3, 51. North Melbourne 4-8, 32.
Yes, the Saints. Rowan Saws holds the ball aloft. And away we go. Harris and Harding. Larkin at the bottom. So too was Burke. Storitsky gets a hurried kick down towards half forward. Bounces towards Rice. Dean Rice wide to Winmar territory. Too wide, in fact, for Nicky Winmar, and he sees it over the line.
Wayne Squash no longer on the wing. He looks as if he's a back pocket or a tagging rover. He's picking up Danny Craven in the forward pocket.
Margin at the moment is 19 points. Crocker has to tap over. Coughlin rips himself out of a tackle and gets a short kick through Scholl. But he recovers, beats McAdam on that occasion. Kicks in towards the centre once more. Storming to meet it was Smith. Not out of it yet. Schwass gets the handball away. Staritsky's kick goes down towards half forward. McCarthy through strongly. He's still going. Leaves it now for Romero. Ducks the head. Back to McCarthy. They want the first goal, North Melbourne. It's a good looking kick in towards full forward, but it just dribbles over the line for one behind.
Immediately I said that Schwash was in the back pocket. The change came. Staritsky's gone back onto Craven. Now Schwash back on the wing with Nathan Berg.
And Gallagher on the interchange bench. The kick in, a bad one, this time by Danny Frawley. And so a free kick will be taken just outside 50 metres by Wayne Schwass for North Melbourne. Longmire leading, but...
just no movement, is there, on that forward line? Look, everybody is like a statue.
And he really would find difficulty in kicking the distance here, I would think. The kick is into the 10-metre square. McCarthy jumps high, now leaves it for Romero. Ramiro's kick across his shoulders, a goal to North Melbourne. So North Melbourne badly needed that goal. Kicked by their rover, Jose Romero. North 5-9, trail St Kilda 8-3.
Well, that was a magnificent goal. A magnificent goal. Schwass the kick. Here the ball comes to ground, and Romero coming in, looks, and across the left shoulder, a great snap.
Why would you have thought that Danny Frawley wouldn't have thrown his arm out to try and stop that or touch it?
A goal, the result. Back in the middle once more. North starting this quarter well. Schwass sweeps it towards Allison. He taps it on for Larkin. They surge it down towards the half-forward line again. Smith heads for home. It's coming back. But not enough.
Another good passage of play. Good movement.
5-10. Plays 8-3. St Kilda superior kicking for goal.
Well, North would need to get a bit of a hurry on Sandy, I think. They failed to kick a goal in the second term going to that left-hand end. So their last use of what may be an advantage.
True. They've got another one here through German. Centering kick in towards full forward. Tapped over the back. Longmire. With him is Frawley. Good tackle. Winmar. Out of the quagmire. Wants a little bit of room. Finds it difficult. But gets a kick straight to Schwass. He pumps it back into the attacking zone again. And it bounces across the line in the right forward pocket.
Everything was set up then for Wayne Schwass. He was going onto his left foot. Should have made a better effort of it.
Crocker for North Melbourne. Russell Morris for St Kilda. Contesting the boundary throw-in. Crocker nearly takes the ball out of the air. Goes after it once again. Can't do anything with it. Good defensive work by the rover, Craven. And he has the ball underneath and he made every attempt to move it on. So the umpire will call for a bounce or a ball up in the right forward pocket for North Melbourne. No hesitation there. Up go the ruckman, Crocker. Ball comes to the back. Stevens leaves it for Romero. Rice marks. Back pocket plays on. Bit risky. Ralph Smith running with the flight of the ball. Kicks it away. St Kilda out of trouble a little bit now. McAdam. Good pressure work by Scholl, but McAdam does it pretty well and eventually gets his foot to the ball. Gathers about 35 metres for his team. And a free kick is going back to McAdam for holding.
Might go to Hilton.
It might go to Hilton. And Jeff Hilton kicks St Kilda to half forward, and McAdam now takes the mark in front of Craig Scholl. The Saint fans looking for a 50-metre penalty.
McAdam booted 2 goals in the first quarter. He's a very exciting player. He'll head up towards Lockett and Martin. Lockett edged out of it on this occasion. Staritsky got a hand to it. Socket off the ground by Lockett. Another one. 4 goals to Tony Lockett. The Saints answer 9-3 to 5-10.
Just at half-time I was looking at his conversion rate. Tony Lockett. He has kicked for the season 49 goals and 14 points. That's a terrific conversion rate to have 14 points against 49 goals. It's really quite an outstanding performance.
middle once more. Larkin off to Stevens. Longmire gets a bad bounce, a cruel bounce, but he claims Frawley, not before he gets it off to Winmark. Towards centre wing, wide again, and another throw in.
They're making a change, North Melbourne. I think it is Peter German in the dark coming off. Carl Delina coming on. Yes, it is German. There's Delina.
Throw in on the outer side. Harris doing the work from behind. Romero asks the question of Craven. Larkin gets the handball away.
Oh.
Over the line once more. Ross Smith. A little worse for wear. Harrison Harding. The back Coughlin and Stevens. In front Craven. Sneaks away with it. Towards the centre. Hammered over the back by Burke, who was held, but it didn't matter. He recovered beautifully. Low. Injured a finger in the first half, but he's still going strong. Coughlin a chance. Good piece of work to get the ball out to him. Frankie Coughlin heads for home. McDonald watches it sail through, and he's kept his third. No, it's touched. Oh. This Moorabbin crowd riding with Frankie as he headed for goal.
And you were with them all the way, Sandy.
Touched.
Kick in by McDonald, now in defence. Schwass, Coughlin, and the umpire will call for a ball up. And Ross Smith, David Grant with that very severe punch from defence got into Ross Smith's side, and he's still in a bit of trouble. That mark has been taken by Chandler, shares it with Steele. Steele's kick direct towards centre half forward. Could that have been a mark to Morris?
Yes.
Advantage is paid. Rice for St Kilda, up towards full forward. Lockett's got a chance. Oh, Gather magnificent, but couldn't quite ride the bump. Martin McDonald, and eventually is hurried over for a boundary throw in. And Tony, let's be careful. We want to see you.
They're two very strong men. But the game goes on, and that's sensible. Kitchke tries to get it out. They're still going behind play. It's been settled now. Hilton is there. Can't take the mark. Steele smothered by Winmar. Winmar still a chance. Picks it up. Great control. The Kitchke goal. What an extraordinary passage of play, Don.
And I was looking at Martin and Lockett. They're still going at it behind play. You can see there Lockett mouthing off. Kitchke right on the boundary line. The emergency umpire out talking to those two. And St Kilda now starting to take control, and the rain is about to come down, so it's going to make North Melbourne's job a little more difficult.
Well, fantastic play by Nicky Winmar to get the ball to Kitchke, and St Kilda get their 10th goal. Kick off the ground by Smith. Martin is held, didn't have it, and umpire indicating that there was a trip in that little infringement there, and David Grant will take the ball just behind the centre. So Grant coming up for his 16th kick, falls in short. Larkin, good mark. Stuart Lowe a fraction late. Centre half back for North Melbourne, and good umpiring there, because I don't think Stuart Lowe's got a well, I was going to say he's got a nasty bone in his body, but the replay.
I think Matthew Larkin would say something about it.
And good mark taken by Crocker, wide of the centre. North Melbourne need to get a wriggle on, up towards half forward. Ball comes to the front. Ross Smith looking for the free kick. Desperate stuff again. David Grant, hand pass, Harding. Oh, tackled severe by Harris. Picked up by Schwass. Centre half forward. North Melbourne can't get the ball cleared just yet, as David Grant throws himself on the footy. And umpire Rowan Saws will come in for a ball up.
It's also quite noticeable that the runner's not as evident as they normally are.
Harding towards centre wing, 24 points the margin. Harvey. Storitsky over the top of him, but it's socket clear of his hands.
He's hurt himself, Storitsky.
Yes, he's in trouble.
And that is that kicking in danger rule. Let's hope he's all right. There he is, picking himself up slowly, getting to his feet.
He's okay. Play goes on. Harris right over Harding. Fairly. Runs into Craven but gets his kick. Only as far as Nathan Burke. Burke to half forward. All North Melbourne. Fairly a good mark. Centering kick once more. Morris the spoiler from behind. It's effective. Scholl through without it. Romero at the bottom of the pack does get it out. Craven gives away too much height. Solidly met with Smith. Winmar to ground. Larkin a chance. Sweeps it wide. North Melbourne want a goal badly. Chandler up towards the half-forward flank region. Rice the flyer. Schwass waits down, wants to give it to German. No, he does it on his own. Keeps it in play. Centering kick towards half-forward. Frawley in front of Longmire. Grant asks the question, but no, the ball is held. There'll be a ball up. Very good contest this. But North badly want the next goal. They are down by 24 points. German. They've got him. Another ball up.
Staritsky just checking himself out on the boundary line after that tough collision on centre wing a few moments ago. Now Harvey, quick over the first 10 is Robert Harvey. The kick's pretty good too. He finds McAdam, given a little bit of space there by Scholl. Wide of the centre, McAdam's kick, looking for Lockett.
Around the neck.
Martin over the top, they may get a goal anyway. Kitchke, no. Left foot. Damien Kitchke kicks it out of bounds on the full. Free kick to be taken back there by Ian Fairley. And North Melbourne just not getting enough out of their forwards this afternoon. They've only kicked 5 goals. Ball at half back, picked up by Ross Smith. Kick back towards centre wing. Crocker can't control the football, goes after it again. Has it underneath, he may be penalised. Grant has it. Moves it out somehow. Pekin, left foot. Harding, intelligent. Morris. Oh, lovely hand pass. Pekin. This is something for St Kilda now. Harvey, Coughlin, you're going to get caught. Handballs it away.
Leg.
No advantage paid here. Stuart Lowe relays the ball back to Frankie Coughlin.
He's not going to make the distance, Coughlin. He's not a great kick over distance, so it's important the North Melbourne guys drop in because there is a big hole between Stevens on the mark and the goal square. Now there's a lead. Lowe's running into that hole now.
Well, he fancies his chances, Don. Good kick to the square. The wind blowing it back to the front. Kitchke, lumbering. Hilton, skill. Snapshot hits the post. Incredible. Well, this man, very big advertisement for that hotel down there in Wellington Parade, isn't he? Jeff Hilton, and doing well in his second game for the Saints.
Ross Smith going off for North.
Fairley has it on the half-back flank. Kicks towards centre wing, looking for Crocker. Spoiling was Morris. Ooh, crunch. Morris. Winmar still down. Newport. The Saints into attack again. Lockett, Martin, Fairley. Does well.
Oh.
Shocking kick, however, straight to Harvey.
He was trying to hit Peter German. They are ambitious, a lot of these players nowadays.
Winmar okay.
And on occasions they really do find their men, but that was one that went astray. Look, German behind. Just did not have the carry. Now he's well within kicking distance.
Robert Harvey looking for his first. Floating kick drifting across the face and one behind. 10-6, plays 5-10.
Yes, 26 points in these conditions is going to be difficult for North Melbourne to make up that gap. They only trailed by 4 points at quarter time, but St Kilda created the gap in the second term when they kept North Melbourne goalless. North Melbourne trying to force the ball forward on that outer side. Craig Scholl kicks it towards centre half forward. Gatherer's not bad, and the kick forward coming from Delina. Now a chance for Allison. Oh, he overruns it. Rice does pretty well. And the sticky conditions, Dean Rice gets his kick away. Back in towards the centre. Stevens. Ramiro, well tackled by Pekin. Ball picked up by Newport. Goes to Coghlan. Coghlan round onto the right foot. Pass is okay. Mark taken by Harvey. Slick handball Pekin. He's got a player in the centre running. Coghlan. Good running by Frank Coghlan. Pass is brilliant. Just set it up for Lockett to run onto it. And this crowd goes absolutely berserk when the big number 4 gets anywhere near the football.
They ran that really well, St Kilda. Just clean possessions right through. Coghlan spotting Lockett. Only a short pass, but an accurate one.
And man, if he ever gets any definition in those arms, he'd be just uncontrollable, wouldn't he? I mean, he's big and strong now, but oh, heaven help us if he ever starts pumping weights. Tony Lockett from 40 metres out. And as he gauged this wind again, look at this. Perfect kick. 5 goals to Tony Lockett, and more importantly, it's 5 straight on a very windy day at Moorabbin.
Well, that was an excellent kick. I sang his praises earlier on his conversion rate. Harvey, Coghlan. Now Coghlan running past again. Watch this from Pekin. Another good pass by Coghlan. Bang, hits Lockett. His 5th goal, Tony Lockett.
Tony Lockett has kicked his 50th goal for the year. Stevens sends North Melbourne into attack. They want a goal and they want it badly. Longmire tries to get the hand pass away. Pressure now on Chandler. With him is Winmar. Still going. Chandler taps it out, but it goes straight to Winmar. Off to Ralph Smith. Wide towards Newport. Close to the boundary line. Coghlan. He's having a boom quarter. Is Frankie Coghlan. Ball to ground once. They can set up a big win in this term. Coghlan to half forward. Lockett caught at the back. And the mark is taken by McCarthy.
That's interesting. McCarthy down on that back line. So pull the change north.
Kicks back towards the centre. Free kick to Burke. Clever hand pass off to Harvey from the 50-metre line, short to Love.
McCarthy looks as if he's looks as if he is now the loose man on the North Melbourne back line. They started with Larkin as a loose man, but Newport started picking up a few kicks. Then they made Larkin go with Newport. Haven't played with a loose man, more or less a conventional back line, but now McCarthy seems to be the loose man.
This guy may kick the goal low, but just watched Harding go across to Nathan Burke. Wasn't it great the way Nathan Burke didn't wait for the whistle, went on with it.
Oh, look at that for a kick by Stuart Lowe. What a goal!
Well, it's his first, Stuart Lowe. Last week, a good player. 15 kicks. 11 marks last week. Only the 3 handballs. But this man, he is the catalyst in this side, Robert Harvey. And there it is. A good kick off the boot by the big fellow.
Harding gets the tap down. Rice streams through the centre. Kicks towards full forward. The mark is taken by Stevens for North Melbourne. 8.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Allison tries to take another spectacular. Not the day for that. McAdam gathers the awkward ball. Wide on centre wing. Outer side. Little chip kick. And it's not bad because it gave Lowe that opportunity to be in front. And that big man is very difficult to dispossess when he takes front position. Kick towards full forward. Hilton. Nearly. Goes after it again. Gets it to Harvey. For once he fumbles, but look at the recovery. Handball wider still. Back towards centre half forward. McAdam tries to get it back to Hilton. Now opportunity for Coghlan. Can he kick his third this time? No, he misses. Oh, big stuff, Frankie Coghlan.
Well, he's now he's had the compliment paid at Steele. Is now on Coghlan. Earlier, it was Stevens on Coughlin, but he got away, and he's got away from Steele on that occasion.
There is Steele. Tucked in the back pocket. The kick's going to drop short. Lowe's going to go steaming in towards goal. But he misses.
Tell you what, you'd have lost your seat then if you'd have kicked that, wouldn't you?
Well, they've had their chances by this term, haven't they? 12-8. They've booted 4-5 for the quarter and have restricted North Melbourne to 1 goal, 2. Rice. McCarthy. Over the head of Morris, who could be first to the ball. Beat McDonald. Towards the boundary line it goes. And it's going to be kept in play. Delina in there was working hard, but Pekin comes out with it. Gives it to Russell Morris. Spirals a punt. Which way will it bounce? Larkin does well. Farms it out to Scholl. Slips, but goes wider to McCarthy. Another one to Allison. Rice giving chase, but Allison gets his kick. They desperately want a goal. Grant. Pekin has it stolen. Longmire. High kick. On the 50-metre line. Good mark taken by Darren Crocker.
Get it on quickly before they get back.
And he does. In towards the square he goes. Big pack of players. Craven goes through but then loses it. Frawley and Longmire at the bottom of the pack.
There's that Danny Frawley. He's not bad, is he, getting his body between his opponent and the football. Hudson and Sheldon having a bit of an interested look there. And the ball forced out for a boundary throw in the right forward pocket for North Melbourne. Ruck contest, Michael Gallagher and Paul Harding. Harding shorter, but gets the front position pretty well. Really going in hard under difficult conditions was Storitsky. And he wasn't going very far because the wall was put up by a couple of strong-bodied St Kilda defenders. Harding again. Delina can't get through. German, nothing done with that one. Robert Harvey, slick hands, but taken away by Schwass. Kicked by Wayne Schwass across his body. Is through for a North Melbourne behind. So he's kicked 2 points, Wayne Schwass, from that centre wing. He's had a terrific battle there with Nathan Burke. Scoreline, St Kilda 12-8. And North Melbourne are 5-11. Danny Frawley to bring the ball back into play. Percentage stuff this time. About 10 or 15 metres in from the boundary line. He wasn't going to make the same mistake then. Newport, Craven, just outside the 50-metre area. Burke, terrific little player, Nathan Burke. And Newport does a beautiful blind turn to get out of trouble. Then kicks with the left foot pretty well in the finish and finds Kitchke, forward of centre wing. Not a bad kick by Damien Kitchke. And low, he's got it. Clean mark, close to the ground. The agility of this man is quite incredible. Big, strong fellow. Kicks towards the front of the goal square. Lockett tries to spread the pack. McAdam can't really control the football. And it's kicked over by Craig Scholl. Boundary throw in about 35 metres around from the St Kilda goal.
Good mark by Lowe, using his body. Hands out spread, as he kept fairly off it.
Now from the boundary throw in, Craven, Newport, pushed off it by Larkin. Craven does well. Harvey, good spotting. Low, lovely left foot hook kick to the front of the goals. Picked up by Allison. Handball to the advantage of Stevens. Oh, get it quickly, son. He does, his left foot. Kicks it outside 50 metres. Still North Melbourne, back in defence, under pressure. Scholl goes to Allison, and Allison coolly gives it to Ramiro. North Melbourne out of trouble.
Ramiro's kick from half-back only momentarily. They're out of trouble because it goes straight to David Grant. Grant, with his 17th kick, pumps it to half-forward. McCarthy over the top with an effective spoil, but waiting down in front was Harvey, who's really come into the game. Pekin gives it off to Burke. Caught, but he gets a kick to the 50-metre line. Look at that ball spin. Newport chanced his arm, then got caught. Delina gets away for North Melbourne. Stabs the kick towards Storitsky. He's in the middle of the ground. They're having trouble getting it past half-forward. McDonald couldn't take it. Morris could have been pushed. Play goes on. Gallagher, the big man, gets the hand pass away to Storitsky again. Another one wider to McDonald. Picks it up. Heads for home. And the kick... one behind.
Nearly came back.
Didn't it? Into that breeze. So 5-12, North Melbourne. St Kilda remain at 12-8. We've got just under 3 minutes remaining.
38-point advantage to St Kilda in these conditions, I would think would be an insurmountable task for North Melbourne. There's a mark to the big ruckman Gallagher. Looks for the short pass, looking for Longmire, punched away by Frawley. Allison, Brett Allison into an open goal. Let's hope for North's sake he kicks it. He does. Well done, Brett Allison.
I saw Allison up on the back line. Whether he's a ruck rover or whether he's a rover, we'll have to try and pick that up, but he did pick up a kick earlier on the back line. They put him on the back line earlier in the year, getting up and with a little bit more confidence, but he is a very skilled player. Going on to that favoured left foot, Brett Allison has kicked his second.
North start to close the gap. The margin is 32 points. Crocker can't complete the mark, but he gets the hand pass away to Staritsky. Tried hard, Staritsky, towards full forward, and that's a very good mark by John Longmire.
I think your full forwards need to learn from a passage of play. That was perfect, Johnny Longmire in front. Look at that, it's great, isn't it?
But what about the holding too by Frawley?
Gee, you're on that. Maybe the column this week in the paper will be all about players being held at full forward.
Weeks ago.
Well, it's time for another one. Longmire has kicked two. I think he may have added to that tally. 3 goals to John Longmire and 2 quick goals. So North just edged back a little, and after last night, who knows, anything could happen in a game of football, Robbo.
Yeah, I just thought that early, well, for the most part of this quarter, St Kilda have completely outplayed them, Sandy.
Well, they did. It's 26 points the difference now. But I don't know. I've just got the feeling that that lead might be very, very hard to pick back for North Melbourne. There's another ball gone. This is the second ball we've lost today down that end.
Just an expensive pastime. They're over $100 each now, aren't they? The Tommy Sherrans.
That's where our cab driver is. He's collecting them.
My word, I'm going to place my son out there one day, I think. Back in the centre. And under 2 minutes left. Can North get another one? Ramiro kicks it to centre forward. Crocker off the ground. Yes, little one. Rice. Nearly tackled by Longmire. Well done, Dean Rice. Kick off the ground across the full back line. Goes out about 50 metres around from the North Melbourne goal. Dean Rice picked in the team to play against South Australia, but unfortunately at the last minute, both he and Danny Frawley missed selection. Gallagher. Ramiro. Snapshot by Jose up to the goal front. Frawley under pressure. Allison. Longmire's got it again. Goes to German. German's left foot kick. Won't get the distance. In the square. Delina goes high. Can't take it. A real crush up there of players. And the umpire will call for a ball up. David Grant there for St Kilda. What a game he's played. Less than a minute. Can North Melbourne get a goal? McDonald. Snapshot. Out of bounds on the full. Free kick to be taken for St Kilda. So very importantly there, the Saints will kick it back. Probably outside 50 metres. Dean Rice getting back there to take the kick. Precious seconds ticking away. Rice now. Long kick. Nearly a mark to Crocker. Gallagher has the football. Tries to get it down. Delina takes possession. 17 seconds left. Delina, they must take this mark. They do. McDonald. North Melbourne certainly a chance. This will be the last passage of play before three-quarter time. They've kicked 2 goals in the dying minutes of this quarter. This could be their third. Siren sound, so it is three-quarter time. Donald McDonald with only 6 kicks. His 7th kick could be quite crucial in the wrap-up. Not very far out. Drop punt kick. Oh, he sprays it to the right. And a bad miss. So his third behind is North Melbourne's 13th, and they trail by 25 points. St Kilda 12-8, North Melbourne 7-13.
Final quarter underway here at Moorabbin. Can North continue the charge? 2 late goals in the quarter bring them back into the game. Gallagher gets it off to Romero, who soccers off the ground. Pekin, however, prevents it. Gives it to Morris, who flicks it round his body. Kick is wide to the wing, but the mark is taken by Scholl. They get the first goal here, Robbo. Anything could happen.
Certainly give them some impetus.
To half forward. Oh, the big fist was by Grant, back towards the centre again. Harvey picks it up, gives it to Newport. His kick is smothered, however, by Larkin from the engine room. Matthew Larkin still going. Pumps North Melbourne up towards full forward. Frawley does well.
Been a great battle between Danny Frawley and John Longmire.
Yes, Longmire has 3 goals to date. At the other end of the ground, Tony Lockett has 5. To half-back, Harding was in front. Steele gets a shot in towards goal. This could bounce through. No, it just swings away to the left and one behind.
Steele now playing up on the forward line. Interesting. He went under Coughlin. Coughlin got away from Stevens.
You just get the impression in the early, minute and a half that North Melbourne really have not given up hope. Morris picked off by Steele. Short pass is pretty good. And McDonald is well within scoring distance.
And there's a player down, that's Harding, and he looks in a lot of agony. He's now getting to his feet. Still looks a lot of pain.
Yeah, Donald McDonald has to kick a 45-metre kick here to score. And he kicks all the way through it, but hooks it, trying to get the extra distance. And kicks for the day, he's 4th behind. And they're all very sore ones.
12-8 plays 7-14, 7-15. Frawley once again back into play. Morris, Steele tried to take it off the pack. Crocker a chance. If he can flick it wide to Steele, he does. On to Larkin. The left foot centering kick. Oh, they've got the numbers here. German from a standing start, but again he pushes that to the left. And another behind on the ball for North Melbourne.
Really, you'd make a point, wouldn't you, that you've got to kick it to the right-hand side of those point posts. Start it out there and let the wind bring it back in.
Well, the pressure has been there all day, and St Kilda have to just keep it up for another 26 minutes.
22 points the margin. Harding and Gallagher. Oh, Gallagher does it with one hand.
It was a good effort there by Michael Gallagher.
Making it hard for North Melbourne. Good play by St Kilda to bring it out to this wing.
David Grant. 8 marks. Coming up for his 18th kick. It's just been fantastic. Frankie Coughlin had a boom 3rd quarter. This is kick number 13. Towards McAdam. Oh, Scholl over the top.
Mark.
Excellent mark by Craig Scholl. Wants to go on with it quickly. Across to Delina. Goes up towards half forward. Morris having to defend from behind, but he does so. Still a chance for Morris, and he gets a kick. Towards Harvey. He's got Coughlin drifting down the ground, but he has to go back. Kicks to half forward. North Melbourne have the numbers there. This will be Scholl. Looking for McCarthy. Intercepting is Burke. He's got courage. He's like a steam train. Gives it across to McAdam. Look at this kick by Gilbert. It's a goal. McAdam has 3. But that could be a very, very important goal.
Well, I was just thinking about McAdams. I saw him walking around out of play, that he just drifts in and out of play. We haven't really seen him since the first quarter. It was a bad handball initially. I think it was by Scholl across to McCarthy. And there's McAdam figuring with his 3rd goal. 2 of them coming in the first quarter.
86 plays 58. 28 points the margin. 21 and a half minutes remaining. Harding must have been winded. He appears to have recovered the big man, and he slaps it forward. Clever kick by Lowe gains 30 metres. Harvey can do it again. No, he picks it up with skill. His hand pass is a little astray, however, but McAdam applies the tackle. The cry of ball goes up. Delina gets it from Staritsky and across to McCarthy. He goes north out of trouble. Up to the half-forward line. Morris defending from behind is the first to recover. Gets the handball away. Finds Dean Rice. Flicks it round his body. They've got Newport loose on the wing. And he juggles the mark. He's got another one loose if he wants him.
Too slow. Way
Robert
too
Harvey
slow.
was there, but Newport has elected to go longer. He wants low. Can't find him. Has Harvey now. And he does it easily in the end. Pushed as he took his kick. Coughlin looking for Ralph Smith. Winmar went through but couldn't take it. He may get another chance, Nicky Winmar, because Harvey got it out to him. 60 metres out. Winmar centres the ball. No one able to complete the mark. Kitchke late on the scene. Lockett a chance. He's booted 5. He gives it to Coughlin. Stopped. Socket clear. Fairley will defend and bring it back towards centre wing once again. Crocker and Ralph Smith. Crocker in front. Ralph Smith applies the tackle. Harvey tries to steal it. Wants to be careful. It comes clear to Winmar. He's ridden into the ground. The umpire letting play go on. Romero now sending north up to half forward. McDonald's kick is off the side of the boot. Grant takes the mark at half back.
Now really, Don, that should have been 50 metres. That mark was always going to be taken and Darren Steele stopped play, and that's what it was given for. Ball at the back on centre wing. Staritsky's kick will be marked by Harding, and St Kilda standing pretty firm under some good pressure by North Melbourne. Paul Harding's stats not bad. Good mark Low. Excellent mark Stuart Low. 16 kicks, 9 marks, 2 hand passes, and he kicked a very good goal in the third quarter. The kick towards half forward, getting back as Delina. He's going to get caught. No, he gets the hand pass away, close to the boundary line. Chandler. Pressure by Winmar was good, but North Melbourne, Martin and Stevens combined. And what a great mark taken on centre wing by Darren Crocker for North Melbourne.
Excellent, excellent mark. One hand, look at that.
Mark of the day. Centre half forward for North Melbourne. They're going to get a free kick. Morris holding on.
Holding, interesting.
Getting through. McDonald's kick to full forward. May go over the back. Frawley gets back. And has he given away behind? Yes, he has. North Melbourne get their 17th behind.
Smith back on for North Melbourne. Staritsky going off.
Under 18.5 minutes remaining. Rice and Grant alone in the back pocket. Dean Rice. Frankie Coughlin surrounded. Got a hand to it, but Steele gives it to Delina. Another one to Crocker. Will they mess it up? Steele, Crocker, they have messed it up. But look at the pressure, look at the tackling. That was Sean Ralph Smith. Saw that ball over the line. And this big crowd appreciating talents. As we go to another throw-in. Harding eyes for the ball. Past Chandler it goes. Opportunity for Smith. Gallagher. Some tired players out there, but they well may be. It's been tough. Past Pekin. Morris threads his way and gives it to Newport. Coughlin late on the scene, and Crocker takes another courageous mark.
Well, he was committed, Coughlin. He was committed. He had to stand his ground, Crocker. You see there Coughlin coming into the back.
Appears to be okay. Chandler's kick up towards half forward. Nathan Burke. Harvey in front of the pack. Coughlin down, hammers it forward. He was trying to get a little further for McAdam, but Scholl intercepts. Kicks back towards the middle. Romero lost it for a moment and it could be costly. Craven through. Perhaps should have socked off the ground. Still in the middle. Out comes Burke, gives it to Harvey. Harvey goes towards Lockett. Lockett can't take the mark. McCarthy across the top to Scholl. And again, North Melbourne out of trouble.
Scholl's kick, nearly marked by German. He's held by Burke. And Don, you're getting through, I think. They've had enough screams at it. McDonald marks the ball wide at half forward. Oh, look at the skill of Donald McDonald. Walking one way, goes into an open goal and kicks it across the face and out of bounds on the full.
Could have gone a bit further.
Tell you what, it must be very, very difficult coming from that right side into the goals. The wind is blowing straight across towards our area on the members' side here, and it makes it extremely difficult to get goals from that outer side of the ground. Ball comes to the back, Larkin goes away to Chandler. Chandler's high kick, centre half forward for North Melbourne. Oh, there he is again. It's not Tommy Sheron's football, it's David Grant's football today. And he's played an absolutely perfect game across that half-back line for St Kilda. And Coughlin takes a screamer. Well, not a screamer, but it really was a good mark in the finish.
Desperate mark.
And Frank Coughlin, it's only his second, 14 kicks and 4 handballs. Kicked 2 goals, taking up a few seconds at centre wing. Kick is close to the boundary line. Oh, it's just inside as Stuart Lowe and Ian Fairley contest the mark.
15 and a half minutes remaining. 27 points the margin. Delina bumped off it by Craven. Another ball up.
Darren Harris going on, Donald McDonald going off, Harris going down to the full forward position, or the forward position. Looks a little bit proppy as he comes back on. It's just his style of running.
Low leaning over Fairley. Tap straight to Winmar. He pumps it towards full forward. Lockett the meat in the sandwich. McAdam giving chase on Martin. Keeps the pressure on, forces him to kick wide. Heads towards the boundary line. Nathan Burke. Not unlike a semi-trailer. Once he gets going, he just surges forward. Kitchke and McCarthy from the back. Schwass. Hurried kick but really gathers no distance. Harvey, one of the exciting players of the game. So too is the man at the bottom there, Gilbert McAdam. Does get it out. Stevens goes wider. Romero caught one. Hilton goes down. It's tough and it's scrambly and it's hard. Chandler over
and there's
the
a
top.
fight in the
Scholl.
square. There's a fight in
No
the square.
guessing who that would be.
Martin and Lockett, you can see them at it. It's a matter of who got on top first, now the headlock. They're hard to break the headlock once it's applied.
Well, the emergency umpire's out there quickly too.
Play goes on. Schwass has it. Towards centre wing. Ralph Smith. Back up towards half forward. I would suggest they stop this because the ball could be down there any second.
Well, there's 4 of them in it now.
Delina. You keep an eye on the fight, Don. Delina to half forward. It's getting very dark here. Harris takes the mark. Any news, Don?
No, the emergency umpire out there talking to both, but all he can do is talk.
Tremendous mark by Newport.
Stephen Newport. Reasonable stats for him. His 14th kick, 4 hand passes, 5 marks. Kick to centre wing. Burke, that's a mark, plays on. Gives it away to Ralph Smith, running through the centre. Goes straight towards goal. Here are the boys that have been having a bit of a fun and games. Kick away by Stevens. And the umpire gives it the all clear. Stevens gives away behind to St Kilda.
Martin caught one. Appealing to the umpire.
Michael Martin, who's rested himself away from Tony Lockett.
Yes.
And that backhander, kick in, comes towards the near side wing. Gallagher takes the mark and handballs away to Ramiro. Ramiro kicks with that right foot in towards half forward and beautifully punched away by Ralph Smith from Crocker. And Crocker recovering from that nasty knock he had about 4 minutes ago, taking a difficult mark in front of Frank Coughlin. Gallagher and Harding getting the front spot. Gallagher standing his ground, but unfortunately for Michael Gallagher, the umpire sees it as an infringement and Harding will take the free kick at half-back. He wastes no time, kicks it short, and David Grant marks on centre wing.
12th mark to David Grant. Fantastic performance. Stuart Lowe restricted to one hand. Couldn't quite complete it. Chandler charging along in front. Stevens. Fairley's kick is well smothered by Harvey. And I'm afraid Chandler's kick goes out of bounds on the full. Saints make a change, Don?
Yes, they made a change. Kitchen coming off and Smith coming on. Now he started on half forward, Smith. Let's hope he can get into the game.
touched off the boot. Well, we'll have a score on that brawl. Jared, what was the result?
Well, the emergency umpire has just told me that Michael Martin's face was blue after the big plugger slapped the big headlock on him, and he was obviously suffering a loss of oxygen.
Well, it is very cold as well. Thank you, Jared. Towards centre wing. Harris in front, Morris fist behind. Smith just come onto the ground. Gets his kick high, floating wide. The wind carries towards Hilton. Can't take the mark, Big Hotel. And it goes over the line.
Boundary throw-in to take place about 40 metres around from the St Kilda goal. Stuart Lowe and Ian Fairley does well. Now Craven threads his way through. Kick towards the front of the square, Martin and Lockett. Lockett's got hold of Martin this time, surely. And Michael Martin says, thank you, you've seen it at last.
The umpires are starting to umpire the right way. It's called holding the man.
Jumper.
There's the jumper being held. Cops a little one.
And the St Kilda fan's not happy, but Martin has the football, kicks it back in towards the centre. Good punch from Grant, gathered by Ramiro, gets around nicely. Lovely hand pass, finds Steele. North Melbourne can mount something. Steele's kick in towards full forward. Out comes Longmire. In there is Frawley, good body work. Pekin helps out. Dispossessed was Ralph Smith, and Allison will take the free kick for holding.
With this wind, it's going to be very strong across that right shoulder. He's got to really bring it back in towards the centre.
Allison does just that, and the wind blows it into the square. Punched away by Rice. He goes after again, Dean Rice, and it will be a ball up just in front of the North Melbourne goal. Dean Rice, desperate defender for St Kilda. Crocker takes it out of the air. Pinched by Pekin. Clean bowl Steele. Another possession coming up for the best man on the ground, David Grant, and he makes his only mistake, I would suggest, for the day. He kicks it out of bounds on the full. Free kick to be taken for North Melbourne by Chandler. Goes across towards centre half forward. Marking contest, Crocker flies high, can't mark. German gets the hand pass clear, picked off by Harding. Morris, oh, wonderful play to Newport. Very intelligent, Russell Morris. Hilton can't mark. Play on, says the umpire. Hilton's got it. No, he's dispossessed. Kick off the ground by Stevens. Wide to Harvey. Nearly always shrugs the tackle. Picked up by Larkin. Sweeping hand pass. Ramiro. Run down? No. Gets the hand pass. Schwass. Further afield. Harris. Harris goes straight towards goal. It's a booming kick. Into the square, Longmire. Now Rice. Good play, Dean Rice. A little fortunate, but he gathered the ball and clears to halfback where Gallagher can't quite control it. Goes after it again. Still in a winnable position. And it's taken over in the finish by a very good player for St Kilda this afternoon, Robert Harvey.
Just over 8.5 minutes remaining. St Kilda in control. Ralph Smith at the bottom. Chandler soccers off the ground. Grant again, the effective spoiler, and he's so quick to recover. Look at him. He's having a game and a half. He's having a season and a half. His kick, however, on that particular occasion was marked by Ross Smith. To the 50-metre line he goes. Morris over the top with a big spoil close to the boundary line. Larkin could just about be Pete. He's lost it.
Well, the ball was trapped under him. You feel sorry for those players who get, well, he's a little bit frustrated. They get pinged like that.
Harvey couldn't take the mark. Still going though, Robert Harvey. Now loses it. Winmark. He's got to be threaded through the eye of a needle, and he almost did. Harris. Ralph Smith tries to intercept. Ooh, Winmar in great determination. And eventually over the line.
Well, they really do want to win this in Kilda. You see the desperation.
Throw in again. Down to under 7.5 minutes remaining. Craven ridden into the ground. Out it comes. Frankie Coughlin has it thrown to him, said the umpire.
They're red hot on that, aren't they, the umpires?
So Ramiro will take it at centre wing.
Even though the score is not reflected on the scoreboard, I think North Melbourne have played their best football in this last quarter. They've certainly lifted their work rate. They just can't get past the determined St Kilda defence. And Morris, who I think started on the forward line, has gone back there and played pretty well at centre half back. Kick towards the wing position. Gather by Harvey. Oh, now he's forced to go back. Winmar delivers it pretty well. Centre half forward, 2-on-1. Smith at the back. Keeps his footing. Hand pass is astray. Gather by Stevens. He's still got the football. Somehow feeds it out. Now McCarthy. Gee, it's very heavy down there in that position. Picked off now by Scholl. Went for the hand pass and then forced a kick. Long towards half forward. Morris. Oh, crutch goes Russell Morris. Advantage is paid. It was a free kick. Kick forward by Ralph Smith to Pekin. Pekin towards Lockett. And Lockett gets his 6th goal, does he or no?
I think he does.
Well, what an unfortunate situation. There's Darren Crocker holding his right elbow. But gee, Tony Lockett.
Here's Lockett with a set. We saw him get up like that out in Sydney. And then goes for the torpedo. Really didn't steady.
I think he wanted to say something there, but it didn't work. Chandler. Towards centre wing. It's getting very dark here at Moorabbin. Pekin at the bottom. Harvey. He's had another good game for the Saints. Look at him work hard and get it out. Craven attempts the soccer off the ground. Gets it back towards the middle and Newport. Frankie Coughlin, another one. Off to Harding. Has to go back and get it. But they've got so much backup support. Hilton. From 55 metres. Sends it deep into attack. Lockett is there, so too McCarthy. It's the latter who brings it back towards Hilton again. Coughlin claim, tries to get it out. Hilton goes over the top. Craven a chance. The whistle sound. Free kick going the way of Romero. Jose to take it. The SWAT squad are coming around the ground, so no doubt they'll get the rounds of the kitchen.
McCarthy off 2 for North Melbourne. Swirsky back on.
Schwass to Harris, who caught by Burke. Tries to go back to Schwass again. Wants someone running through the centre. Has them in Smith. Down towards full forward. Longmire comes out and completes the mark. Well, he's going to be kicking from just on 50 metres. Johnny Longmire has 3 goals. He kicked 2 in the first and 1 in the third. And that's a good-looking drop punt. That's a lovely kick by John Longmire and a goal.
Well, considering the circumstances, that ball would be heavier than what it was at the start of the quarter. We've got a new ball every quarter, adverse weather condition day. And that was a magnificent kick from 50 metres out. It was a good build-up, a clean build-up. Longmire getting away from Frawley. And John Longmire, 4 goals.
North Melbourne into attack again, up to centre half forward. Rice leaves it for Grant. He fumbles, gets the hand pass out to Dean Rice. Crocker, good pressure. Pick it up, you may get a chance.